Raji, an ancient epic, is a game that you would get if you took God of War and removed all the Greek mythology and then put in Hindu mythology in its place. This game is heavily influenced by God of War, and that is by no means a bad thing. If you were going to pick a game series to be influenced by, picking arguably the greatest series of games ever made wouldn't be a bad choice. The game starts off by explaining about the war between the demons and the gods, and how all the demons were separated from everything long ago. Now jump to the present day, and the demons have resurfaced and are waging a war against the gods. The demons end up attacking Raji's home, kidnapping her brother Golu. Raji is then recruited by the gods to destroy the demons, rescue her brother, and is given various weapons along the way that are imbued with the Hindu god's power to assist her. The story in this game is actually pretty good, especially if you're someone like myself who enjoys learning about various other religions and their history. As someone who had very little knowledge of Hindu, this game did a good job of giving me a foundation of what the religion is based on. One of the things I enjoy most about learning these new religions is seeing how various different religions intersect and actually share a lot of the same events, albeit each telling it slightly different in its own way. Now on to what everyone is actually concerned about, the graphics and the gameplay. Starting off with the graphics, the environments in this game are absolutely beautiful. I found myself really marveling time and time again at just how much detail was placed into these environments to make them look really alive. Also, the camera being pulled back allows you to take in a lot of the environment at once. I enjoyed the art style of the game quite a bit. Even the cutscenes were done in a very unique fashion that fit perfectly with the tone of the game. One thing that really isn't serious but did pop out to me was that there were no effects from you running on water, but there are effects of rain hitting that same water. Was an odd thing because I don't see why you would do one and not the other, but again, we're not talking game breaking issues here. Gameplay is probably the game's strongest attribute. The gameplay really felt superb, and there are not many areas I felt it was lacking. Again, this game is influenced by God of War, and you can definitely tell it in the gameplay. From the splashes of platforming to the well done but simple puzzles to solve, you'll find yourself making that connection to God of War a lot if you are a veteran of the series. The combat in the game does a good job of keeping the combos simple, but also giving you a wide range of ways to use them, which makes the combat system seem a lot more in-depth and robust. From running up walls and jumping off to do air attacks and attacking while swinging around poles, the fighting stays fun at all times. As said earlier, you do get various weapons from the gods that you can switch in between, similar to how it was done in God of War 3. You also have to find hidden orbs called favors, which are used to power up your weapons and give them elemental abilities that are tied to a certain god. Each god has their own powers you can wield, and you can switch between them from the menu as needed. This game is like Zelda, where you don't have a button to jump freely. However, you can jump by pressing the A button on Xbox or X on PlayStation to jump when you get to a ledge that you are allowed to jump from. Also, the same button is used when you want to dodge in combat or just dodge outside of combat as well. The same button is also used to jump onto climbable poles and also to run up walls as well. This honestly became one of my gripes with the game. It seems to have an over dependence on this button for too many things, especially when you consider the majority of the buttons are unused. There were times I found myself wanting to dodge in combat, but also I was close to a pole or a wall you could run on, and you're never really sure what action you're going to end up getting. To me, the game would have benefited from using the right analog stick as the dodge and leaving the A button for the rest of the things I mentioned. That small change would go a long way in battle. Another issue I had with the game was in how they relay the difference between the main path to take to advance in the game and the side deviations available to you to explore and find the hidden orbs or other items. There were many times you would come to an area that you could go two separate directions, but each one looked the exact same, so you couldn't decipher which way to go to explore and not advance ahead and lose the ability to go back. Also, when you do pick the path that is meant as a side explorative path, you end up going down it quite a while, to the point you actually start to worry that you're on the main path and are going to end up missing the hidden item you're trying to get. Sometimes when you get to the end of the side path and you get your reward, it becomes a dead end. and you have to travel all the way back to get to the other path. Usually games would have something at the end that allows you to get back to the other path relatively quickly, but this really is rarely the case here. All in all, I have to say I enjoyed this game a lot, and I'm happy it was added to Game Pass because it gave me the opportunity to try it out without having to play for the game. Unfortunately, it will be leaving Game Pass on July 31st, so if you are a Game Pass subscriber, you may want to jump on this game before then. Raji and Ancient Epic is an all-around great game and is a definite play for anyone who loves God of War style games. Also, if you happen to be someone who cares about getting all the achievements or trophies for a game, then this is one for you, as it can be very easy to 100% complete. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks for the support. I will catch you on the next one. Peace.